Folks, this is a 2017 Buick Enclave Convenience Edition. Everybody's pulling this whole motor out to get this transmission out. I'm going to show you how we got it out without pulling the transmission, since they don't have any videos here on YouTube for you, or anywhere else for that matter. Here you go. You ready? All right. First off, let's pull the whole wheel well off. All that plastic, get all them clips up out of there and get all of that up off the driver's side. Only the driver's side you need to worry about here. You got these two mounts, these two bolts up here. You're going to pull that off to disconnect your strut. You're going to take your brakes off. Go ahead and suspend them. Get that off, that bolt right there. Go ahead and snatch that off. I think it was a 21. Get your sensor out of there. That's a 10 mil. Yeah, that's some of them bolts. And here we go. Transmission. Pull your axle out on the driver's side. This is your rack and pinion. Got some long bolts. One go through the top, one go through here. One goes through there. These are your points. This bolt slides out. That bolt slides out from the bottom down. All right, and then we're gonna move over here. Let's see, where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? All right, so you got these 15 millimeter bolts that hold everything together. You're gonna snatch them out. There's a big bolt up there with a bracket attached to it, and I think I'm gonna pick it up and show it to you so you can see how that goes in there in a minute. It's a huge bolt. I think it's a 19. It's the only 19 back there. It's the only 19 gonna hold the transmission in from that angle. And as you see right here, I'm sliding that out there to show you that bracket sits back just like that. Don't forget to put that bracket back. I don't know what it's for, but it needs to go back on the car. All right. What am I gonna do? All right, so up in here you got your, don't forget when you pull this out, you don't have to take all the wires off, but you can move it to the side to get to your torque converter bolts back there. Your torque converter bolts are gonna look something like what I'm about to grab right now for you, like that. There you go. And they're 18 millimeters. There's 4 of them in there, so you gotta get all 4 of them off. You can hold the crank with a 19 mil if you need to, and rotate it with a 19 mil as well. This right here is your return line for your power steering fluid. There's some 10 millimeter bolts up there. Don't forget to get them all out before you drop that rack, or you're gonna be in for a really bad day. Disconnect your transmission wires. Yeah, and pull all that from the top. Don't try and pull them out of the engine. Just pull them from the top. You can get back there with a 13. One you might need a hand ratchet for, and the rest of them you can pretty much zip them out with a small impact if you got one. Let's see, what else am I going to show you here? Motor mount. Snatch the bolts off from the bottom, the nuts. Go ahead and release those, except for the one on the transmission side. You're going to take that one off from the top, and I'll show you that one later. Don't forget your bracket bars right there that comes from your subframe to the body of the car. There's 8 of them in total, 2 in each point. All right, you're gonna loosen that up. Do not drop your subframe yet. That joke is heavy the way it's coming down right now. You might need a hand. This one right here is your transmission mount. You're gonna get that bolt out of there. That's where those long studs go. That's gonna actually hold the frame up. Do not start removing that stuff until you're ready. Get something under there because it's kind of heavy with everything still attached like it is on the frame. All right, but 2 people can get it down, definitely. We use this right here, this transmission jack, to do ours, and this piece of board to kind of throw across it and help get it down to this height so we can just lift it and move it out the way. What else am I going to show you? Okay, there is a sensor back here. I want to say it's a knock sensor or something. You got to move that first. This right here, move that first before you take that starter out, because you're not going to be able to move that starter out without breaking it. I think it's a 13 millimeter bolt that's up there. You pull that out and just put it back so you don't forget where it goes, since the motor ain't coming out. Let's see, you don't have to move the transmission bracket. You can leave that where it is. And then, let's see, what am I going to show you here? All right, you had to get the passenger side axle out. There's 3 bolts that go in here, and I think they were 15s. So you're going to pull out those 3 15 millimeter bolts, and once you got everything out the hub, you can pull it right on out. All right, there's no prying on this side. The other side you do need to pry, but this side you don't. Let's see what else we got here. That's your 19 millimeter crank bolt, so you can turn the motor if you need to. Don't forget to disconnect them lines from the top of the transmission. I'll show you that one in the next video. Let's see, and there's the transmission out of the car. Boom, it drops out easily. You do have to support the top of the motor. You have to support the motor from the top. Brand new AC Delco, you know, no dormant or anything. That's a GM real guy right there for you. Yep. I think I'm just showing off right there. Yeah, see, real thing. No aftermarket. This car had a slight shudder or stutter. Yeah, and always don't forget to get your help. You know, sometimes we get tired of pumping up jacks, and we'll call in for reinforcement here. Yeah. Teach them while they young. Teach them while they young. All right, man, there we go. Transmission's out. Like I said, everything's held up from the top. I'll show you in another video how I supported it from the top as well. It's two 15mm bolts that you can support onto up there. Got to be a little creative for this one. And yeah, I believe that's about it. All right, truck gang.